everyone, welcome to Vlogmas Day 2. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. In today's video, we're going to be doing an iPad OS 16 customization. I have yet to update my iPad to the new operating system. Technically, it's actually 16.1.1. We will be customizing my iPad with an aesthetic Christmas theme, and I'll also review some of my favorite features from the new update that I'm excited about. So first things first, if you have not already updated your iPad, if you're able to, my device is the iPad Pro 11-inch second generation, so it can be updated to the new operating system, which I did do. So if you haven't already, you'll want to go into your settings, hit general, and then software update, and then what's available to you will be there to download and install. It does take a little while. I think it took like 30 to 40 minutes to update, and I did actually have a little bit of an issue when I updated my iPhone. I had the same problem where it kind of paused and wouldn't update. And so the trick to this would be to go into your settings again, in general, go to iPad storage, and then the update will be in your storage. And if it's not updated correctly, you'll just want to delete that update in your storage and re-download and install, and it should work after that. But I have updated, and this is my current lock screen. It's me and my husband, Anthony, and unfortunately, oh crap, the screen recording ended. Unfortunately, the lock screen cannot be customized like the iOS 16 iPhone update. You can change the font, the background, and you can even blur the background and add widgets to your lock screen. Unfortunately, they did not allow that in this update for iPad. I really hope that they're going to release it. I really kind of liked the font of the clock and the letters better before the update, so hopefully we're able to change that in a future update. Hopefully. Either way, I'm going to change my lock screen photo as well as my wallpaper on my iPad for the first step here. So usually I get a lot of my photos from Pinterest. The one thing about an iPad is you really need to get a crisp photo in order for it to not look grainy. Like on your iPhone, most wallpapers work, but you really need a high def photo for the iPad. So I'm gonna scroll through and see if there's any options, and also kind of type some keywords to look through. So holiday aesthetic was one, and I just need to find a good enough quality photo that also matches my iOS icons. So I kind of like this one. I'm gonna download it and just play around, and also download a couple other ones. Okay, going into photos, this was one of the ones I selected. There's some warm tones from the lights, and I think that will match the cream icon that I have for my apps. To change your wallpaper, just hit the box with the arrow at the top and scroll down until you see use as wallpaper. And then you can drag it so that it works. I think I'm only gonna set this one as my home screen, not my lock screen, because it's just like a home screen background, not really a lock screen one. So I think I like that. I like that it matches the icons, but I'm not sure if it's perfect. So I'm just gonna play around real quick until I find something I like. It took me quite a while to get to something I really liked, but I love this. I usually don't go for like a cartoon kind of background. I like that it's a little bit of a change. Now I just need to change the widgets. So I already have a countdown to December 1st on there, and it happens to be the time that we're going to Banff. So I used a cute winter Banff photo off of Pinterest, but while I was in Pinterest, I also kind of grabbed a couple Pinterest photos for my widgets, which we can change now. Oh, along with my lock screen. Let's do that as well. I'm going for this background for my lock screen, and it's set. And the second I click to lock the iPad, the screen recording will end. So I'll take a screenshot and pop it on the screen right here. Now let's change the photo widget I have. So I use the app called Widgetsmith to create widgets for my iPad. I also use it on my iPhone as well. It's an app you can get on the App Store. It's totally free, but I'm gonna add a large photo widget with the Pinterest photo that I saved. So I just hit that and hit select photo. And then the photo I'm gonna choose, where was it? This one. It's a quote from Taylor Swift's "'Tis the Season." Very fun and festive. And then you can drag in here so that it's positioned properly and save. So now I just need to hold down on the widget I already have and edit the widget and pick my newest one, which is large number 17. It doesn't like completely go. Neither does the Banff building so much. I mean, it's kind of funny how the building is like in position with the like cartoon building, which is cute. Maybe there's a better photo that I could use. Let me see. Oh, this is cute, except there's no quote. It's just the thing, but it matches really well. Okay, let me just change that again. Very cute. That matches really well. So unexpectedly. If you want to add a new widget, you would just hold down on an app, click edit home screen, and then you can click the plus button and it gives you the option of all of these widgets that you can choose from based on the apps that you have. And then Widgetsmith has all of these sizes for your needs. The next thing I want to change is this clock widget Smith app that I have. I just need to change the color scheme. Although it's like close, I want it to be a little bit more festive. So back in the Widgetsmith app, I'm just gonna go in and edit the color of the one that already exists. So I'm going to go to aesthetic/theme and then custom theme, and then the background color is the only thing I really want to change. And I think I'm just going to do the dark red, and I think that will be cute. And that is that. The only thing that I want to also change on my home screen, I have 2 pages that are like nicely customized, but I do have a scrap page, which is where the new weather app went, which is what I've been looking forward to having because the iPad doesn't have a weather app. And this widget that I had used to open up to like Safari and into like weather.com or whatever it is. Now you actually have a dedicated weather app. So what I want to do is delete this Weather Network app that I had downloaded and instead add that to my main page. So I'm going to delete the bookmark and then I'll quickly show you how to actually customize the weather app. So going into shortcuts, I'm gonna add a new shortcut. So hit the plus button, click scripting, and then open app, and then hit the app that you'd like to open and find the weather app. From there, I'll click the square with the arrow again and click add to home screen, and then you can select the box next to it in order to choose the photo. I'm also gonna change the name here to weather and choose photo. It'll be in my favorites because I just went through and favorited the photo again. So this is the photo that I made in Canva. I have a detailed video when I originally changed my app icons. So if you want to watch that video, I'll link it in the description as well as in the cards so that you can find out how I made those customized app icons. Then you just add it and it should be added to your home screen. It just got put on another page because there was no room, but holding down and clicking edit home page and home screen, until it wiggles is when you can drag it. I'm just gonna add it to this folder with my other weather. It's the AccuWeather app, basically. The last step I totally forgot is you're gonna wanna remove the original app from your home screen. So once you hold down the app, click remove app, and then just click remove from home screen. That will put it in your app library. Don't click delete app. That'll delete the app. Now whenever you click weather, it will go to that app. Like I said, the weather app was a new feature on iPad OS 16. There's a couple of other ones that I'm really excited for. Similar to the iOS 16 update, you can now hold down on an image and remove the background. So I will use this photo as an example. If you hold down on what you'd like to select and let go, you can either copy or you can share. And then I usually airdrop it to my MacBook when I edit my thumbnails and things like that. This has been a game changer. It really has helped me in the process of making thumbnails because I often put myself on top of another image or something like that. So that's been a really great feature. The other one that is super exciting is if you go to the sidebar here, there'll be a spot for duplicates. And if you're like me, you save photos multiple times, literally all the time. There are tons of duplicates in here. So if I click select and then select all at the top right, I can merge them all together. Now I did scroll through this just to make sure that it didn't make any mistakes. I don't think it did, but just to be sure. And then I can merge. So it says duplicates include both exact copies that may have different metadata, as well as photos that appear to be the same, but may have unique resolutions, file formats, or other slight differences. I'm not too worried about it. So I'm just going to merge all of them. There you go. It's like slowly going through and merging them. If you're worried about it having made a mistake, there is an option to go in and check the recently deleted photos, and I believe they're in here and so you can recover if you've noticed that it made a mistake. The next little update also on the iOS 16 update is the ability to edit messages or unsend messages. Now, I'm pretty sure it works the same way, that if you send a message, you have to make sure that that other person also has the update already done. Otherwise, you won't be able to do it. So I will just test it out. So I'm gonna say hello, and I know that Anthony has his update done. I can undo send, which makes it disappear. And they do get a message saying, I unsent the message, but then I can also edit it. You just hold down the message, and then I can say hello, I love you. Click the check mark. It will edit your message and say edited. Now, you're only able to do this within a certain amount of time. I'll put the amount of time on the screen because I honestly forget how long you're able to do this. That is a great new feature. Could be a lifesaver depending on what you accidentally send to someone. The next new little update is within the Notes app, where you can scribble with a pencil if you have an Apple Pencil. So let me just select my pen and write something. So I'm gonna write hello. I have awful handwriting, so apologies. But you can now select what you've just written, and if you go to the end, you can straighten the text. Now, I really didn't write that so slanted, but let me just do that again, and it straightens it. Looks a lot neater, even though it's still not the most neat writing. That's a fun new feature. There's a couple other things. You can go to the bar at the bottom and add text and add signature pretty easily now, which is interesting, as well as shapes. So these are the shape options that you have. The last new feature is probably the biggest that they've advertised, which is Stage Manager. So if I scroll down from the top right, I'm able to toggle it on and off. If I hold down, I can also edit whether you can see the dock or the recent apps on the side automatically. Even if they're turned off, you still can see. I'll show you how that works in a sec. So I'm gonna go to Notes. I think this will be the most applicable. You can now multitask with different windows and have multiple of them on your screen. So if you drag from the bottom right corner, sometimes that icon's on another corner. I don't know. It's kind of finicky. I haven't fully figured it out, but because I have the recent apps not showing, you can drag from the side to show them and drag up just slightly to show your dock. So say you want to take notes, I would just grab, let's say Safari was where my lecture was happening, not in the school, but as an example, have that be on top like so, and even move it around and make it different size. Say I also wanted my Photos app. Can I add that too? I can drag it around. I feel like it's kind of finicky and it doesn't always do what you kind of want it to do, but there are 3 dots at the top that gives you some assistance with making it full screen if you want, minimizing the window, or adding another window. I feel like I'm not really gonna have Stage Manager turned on because I don't always need to have multiple windows open at the same time. I find I never really need that. I have my MacBook for that really, but I know that it will probably be really useful for someone who is using their iPad kind of as a laptop. And if you're connecting your iPad with an external display, that will probably be helpful as well. But yeah, that is my iPad OS 16 iPad customization for the holiday season. I hope you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed the final result. Let me know if you're updating your devices for the season down in the comments below. I will be doing a MacBook and iPhone one as well, so stay tuned for that Vlogmas video if you're interested. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.